Girl, trying to remember when we didn't have no shoes, how we made it downtown to the welfare office. Just me, just you. Took a long time trying to get what we got now, baby. Don't you go away and give it up to no other man. I couldn't understand. Don't let the green grass fool you. Don't let the green grass fool you.
Already started.
Whoa,
Welcome.
baby,
I'm on time and so are you, baby.
don't let it change your mind.
That's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard trying to start our lives all over. Hey, mama, you got the kind of loving
That I need. Oh, yeah.
and if you ever see me ever leave me down in the dumps without a stop to take my heart, ooh, baby, I don't think I'll live to see a brand new day. I wanna give it to it till me say no, no, don't let the green grass fool you. No, baby, don't let it change your mind. Oh, it might be greener
On the other side, yeah.
oh, right here, telling me speak like on mine is way on. Oh, we so let these fellas play a little.
Welcome to as Sunday morning classics. As time goes by, so does music. And today we're doing part 2 of the Shout-Outs featuring Mr. Marshall Thompson.
Don't let the green grass fool you, baby.
But
Don't you never, ever, never, ever, never, never let it change your mind. Ooh, think of me, just think of me. When the world turns to show, I'll be here, baby, yeah. And like the grass is where you belong. You know, I remember a couple days that, you know, back to he's got a Cadillac. And you know I always drive a baggage. But baby, he can talk sweet nothings in your ear hole. I got action. Girl, you know I got cash. I said, don't let the green
When he made way up the spitter.
bubbling over inside me when I tell you, baby. Don't let it change your mind.
But you know what? You know, I sit here all day, wasting time away, thinking about leaving you.
Just like you, baby.
But right here, that's where you belong. So come on now, give it to me, go. Don't let the green grass grow. Don't let it change your mind. You know, everybody should at least once in their life had a ride or die chick. You know what I'm saying? And you know, to someone who came into your life when you had nothing or you were moving too fast, and then you finally decide to pull yourselves up and get it together. You get the necessary social help. Yeah, get a place to stay. In the meantime, you're eating at churches and pantries in order, when they give away food and to get those free meals during the day, and then ultimately you end up in your own apartment. You end up with jobs. You end up with cars, and I mean, you have a history. And when you have a history, it means a lot more to you than someone just stepping in after you on top. But then to get there and then start looking because the grass looks greener on the other side, that ain't the right thing to do. Okay, so anyway, like I said, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. We're doing part 2. Last week when we did the first part of Shout-Outs, I think it was Rag Jamrock who said we need to do a part 2. So I said, okay, we'll do it. I said, okay, you pick out the songs you want to hear. I ain't heard from them, but I decided to do a part 2, and I got a special surprise for you today. Okay, so just hold on and let's get started with what? That bean footage, Gerard. That's right. Let's get started with that bean footage. Okay, so just hold on. Let's see how these things are going to work out for us. Okay. Okay. This is an interview with Marshall Thompson.
And when you say Brother Squirrel, we're talking about Robert Lester.
That's right.
Marshall, that was your song, Old Girl.
That's right.
Back in the spring of 1972.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
You do, I do.
I know you
The
do.
biggest record we ever had.
It was. That was the #1 song back in the
#1.
spring of 1972. Now Marshall's going to take us back. That was the Shylights. That was their biggest hit, Old Girl, from 1972. And that group, the Shylights, was originated. It was formed and it was developed by the legend sitting next to me, Marshall Thompson from Chicago. Marshall, in talking about the Shylights history, I know you guys just didn't drop out of the sky and become the Shylights. It took you a long time to evolve your sound. Way back from high school, you were standing out in the corner singing with your buddies.
Right.
Did you have a group back then, back in high school?
Well, we always wanted to sing, you know, and I was a drummer too, you know, at the same time. But back in the days, we used to like all of the groups from different schools all over Chicago.
But what school were you in?
Well, I was at Shakespeare Grammar School when I first started. Then I left Shakespeare. When I graduated from Shakespeare in 1958, I went straight on to Hyde Park High School. And when I got to Hyde Park High School, I met Brother Squirrel and Brother Red.
Now, tell me, Brother Red, that's Credell Jones.
That's Credell Jones.
And when you say Brother Squirrel, we're talking about Robert Lester.
That's right.
Now, I asked him once, I said, you're a pretty cool looking guy. I said, why do they call you Squirrel? You look like a squirrel. And he told me,
That's right.
that's because I can climb a tree.
He's quite nuts. That's what they call him, Squirrel.
Yeah. So he lived with, that's back where he was born.
Hello, dear. Come here and say hello to all my viewers. See right there? Look at them. Look at them all. Look at that number. Look at that number. 0-0. It's okay, but I know you watched the replay. Did you say hello or you just laughed at me?
Hello.
Okay, get out of here.
Mississippi.
That's right.
So he lived with that nickname his entire life.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
We kept him with that name in sight. With us. Everywhere we go.
You did.
We call him Pretty Boy Squirrel.
You did, because he was a good-looking guy.
Right.
Yes, he was. You bring in Squirrel, you bring in Red. So the group then consists of the three of you at one time?
No, but what happened is, out of the Desideros, that's where it really started. The Desideros was myself, Credell Jones, and Eddie Sullivan. Okay, but that's back in the day, and Dale Brown. And that group broke up. See, it was two of us left, my group, and two of them left Squirrel, the other group that he had.
What was the name of Squirrel's group?
Chantura.
In that group? Squirrel? Anybody else?
Squirrel was Squirrel,
Welcome.
Eugene.
Don't get that like
Who
button.
is Eugene?
But that's the songwriter and lead singer.
Okay, he became the songwriter and lead singer for the Shylights.
That's right. That's right.
Now, before you brought them in the group, though, you were the Highlights.
That's right.
Your music back in 1964. You guys sounded good. You sounded like the Drifters.
All right, a lot of people say we sound that.
What were you singing back then?
Well, we did a song that sounded like Left and You Changed Our Love. And it was, You Did That to Me.
Now, I like that song. You did that to me.
That was one of the first ones we did.
I like that. I like that beat. It had a little Latin beat, huh?
Well, we were searching for a sound.
Sure.
We didn't have a sound, but we loved the Drifters, you know.
Everybody did.
Yeah, we got to be real close friends with the Drifters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Charlie Thomas,
Charlie
Benny,
Thomas.
Rudy Lewis, all of them.
Benny King and all them guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Rudy Lewis is that guy, man. He could sing.
Oh, up on the roof. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna pause right there for a second because I want to put something in for you. I want to play the first song, but it's not necessarily the first song. You know, Marshall Thompson is still performing as the Shylights. He's 82 years old, and he's still singing that classic soul to sold out crowds, man. Because a lot of people know the importance of what the Shylights music was to them, and the important part it played in their lives. Not only that, it's the music that has stand the test of time. So let me put this little beam footage here of Marshall Thomas recent concert. Remember, he's 82 years old. Need I say that's him in the white? You know, it must be a true honor for an artist to develop his skills and get to the point where it's that he can be chosen to sing with a classic group that he has, you know, grown up with, like the Shylights. So, you know, I just want to say this. You know, I covered a lot of artists and been invited to a lot of places. And often the time, there are a lot of splinter groups. Like I think the Delphonics got about three. The Delphonics, just like Temptations, the Temptations, the New Temptations, whatever. But I always went by a golden rule. I always went by that if a member of the group performed with an original member of that group, let's say the Shylights, the Living Cats singing the Shylight, I said, and if they wanted to do the Shylights break off, if they got the license to do it, you know, I will respect them. But those groups that don't have any connection to the original group or band or what have you, I have no respect for them, because all they're doing is just copying. So as far as I understand that the artists pass away and the music is too important to let die, you know. So I understand how the importance of continuing our musical legacy. Let's get back. Welcome. The last surviving members of the Shylights, Mr. Marshall Thompson. He's in the same legacy as Otis Williams. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm not gonna pick it up. Of Otis Williams, who was the last surviving member of the Temptations. In fact, they call Marshall Thompson the Otis Williams of the music industry, because they both, you know, parallel, their journeys parallel, and their accomplishments and their abilities to navigate through the entertainment industry. Part two.
Y'all feel like going back to 1972. We were making babies. We were making babies when we made this one. I would be Look
I don't wanna let her.
I just finished time to do it like that. My friends with all of these supplies. What they do, I was making this way. I continue this president over. Are you afraid?
It's amazing how when God gives you a gift, like your voice, and and being able to maintain it for 60 years or 80 years and sound just as crisp and just as pleasant as it was from when they first sing. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Now, you know, the interesting thing about videos on YouTube is that I like to think this is a 2024 performance because it says 2024. But you got to remember that it was posted in 2024. It could have been 3 or 4 years ago or whatever. So I wish they would put a little more information in there that this was recorded on such and such day, 2000, whatever it is, at such and such a stadium or venue. But be that as it may, I like to think this is one of his most recent concerts, whether it be 1 year, 2 years, or what have you.
Come on, everybody, sing along with us right now. Woo!
I don't know if you heard that, but be that as it may, if you did, I told Mia to go take 1,000 pesos out of my wallet. I said, because you deserve it from last night. I love the Philippines! Now, I'm going to play more of this concert, but before I do, I got a special treat for you. We're not going to go back to that beam footage, because that's how they interviewed him. I'm going to show you how OG Gerard interviews one of our classic soul artists. I had the pleasure of interviewing him a couple of days ago. You know, on his Facebook, I shot him some information about what I was doing and sent the video from the first one, and yeah. So check it out. This is a video recording, so we won't be able to see him or anything like that, but you'll be able to hear the interview. Okay, right now speaking to Mr. Marshall Thompson. He is the, well, I'll let him.
That's why they call me the Godfather.
Wow. Okay, right now speaking to Mr. Marshall Thompson. He is the, well, I'll let him tell you who he is. Tell everybody who you are.
Well, this is Marshall Thompson, Godfather vocal group from the legendary Shine-Lights, the last original number, 65 years.
Okay, so let's go back from the beginning. So, how the band come together? How the group come together?
Well, we started off in high school, number one, singing in different high schools in Chicago, Illinois, and I ended up being the drummer out of DuSable High School. And I ended up being a drummer for my family because he was musically inclined. My father played with Louis Armstrong, the famous Louis Armstrong.
Wow, Satchmo.
Right, Satchmo. I come up through there. So I ended up going to the River Theater looking for a job, sneaking in the river. They told me out in the snow.
Okay.
So I finally got in there, and I was sitting in the audience one day, and Gladys was on stage last night, and our drummer didn't show up. So I hollered up on the stage, "Hey, Miss Gladys, can I play the drums for you?" She said, "Come on up here. My drummer's not here today. You know my stuff?" I said, "I've been practicing your stuff for 10 days at the house." I live right around the corner from the River Theater in Chicago.
Okay.
And I went up there, got the job, and started playing, and showtime came, and curtains opened up, and I froze. My foot wouldn't move. My hand wouldn't move, wouldn't move. And so they was hollering up there on the stage, "Pussy, pussy," because that's what they call me around the house.
Right.
You know? "Pussy, you up there with Gladys tonight? Pussy." so Bubbles last night, brother, say,
That's right.
"Marshall, play the drums like we did in rehearsal. It's okay." I say, I never played, but I've been a people in my life.
Right.
I'm like, with nuts. So I ended up playing and got the job. You know, I ended up loosening up and I got the job, and that's how it all started.
Okay, and those of you who are just joining me, you're listening to Marshall Thompson, one of the last surviving members of the 10 of the Shine-Lights who I interviewed a couple of days ago for the Sunday Morning Classics. As time goes by, so does music. Tell us the names of the other members. You have Squirrel, and tell us how did the four of you come together?
Well, it was two groups. It was the Sean Tours and the Desideros. Desideros had me and Tweedle Jones, the bass singer, and Eugene Leopard and Robert Squirrel. They were the Sean Tours. Now they couldn't dance at all.
Right.
We couldn't sing at all, but we could dance.
Right.
So I told Eugene, "Hey, Gene, you teach us how to sing, you and Squirrel, and we'll teach you how to dance."
Okay.
So them how to us how to sing, and we ended up with a great match.
Wow, that's good. So what was your big break? What was number one? You know, who did all the writing? Because a lot of songs that you guys recorded, I mean, it's all about love, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's,
right.
You know, it's all about the beauty of a woman, relationship.
We got to remember we came up with the greats. You know, we came up with the Flamencos, the Dales, the Emeralds,
right.
You know, the Clovers. So we learned how harmony and different things there. So that took our voices into first class situation. Then we went and did our first hit, which was "Give It Away."
Right.
Okay. And that really started our career. I just was with Michael
The reason the volume changed because I turned off the fan, so this way, in case there was a distraction, which you didn't notice, but you noticed it being turned off.
Jackson gave, the first match of the group, and Michael Jackson there. Me and Joe Jackson, of course, we was partners. So I had to get them off the ground. I got them at the Rhythm Theater, was the show, and Bobby Taylor was one of the top guys in Motown.
Right,
so
right.
He asked me would I take them, would I go down there and introduce him to Joe for the Jackson 5.
Mm-hmm.
So he went downstairs and introduced him. I introduced him to Joe Jackson, and the Jackson 5 took off. He took him to Motown the next day.
Yeah, hey, you know, I saw your post about Tito. You know what I'm saying? You know, you hear a lot of stories and you watch a lot of videos of people, you know, talking about what they're talking about. But then when you hear it from, how do you say it? Firsthand, or you hear it from the horse's mouth, or when you hear it from the person who actually was involved in that, it takes on a whole different kaleidoscope of knowledge, of knowing what happened back then in the day. He was the one who introduced Michael Jackson to this brother here who was a producer, who introduced him to Joe Jackson. Introduced him to Motown. Damn. That's how important this brother is and has been in your life. Mentioning already how long you known him and what have you, and what a loss it was. About Tito.
But I've been with him ever since then.
You know what? I have not watched anything on the death of Tito Jackson. You see, in my mind, it's like protecting me from the knowledge of knowing he passed away. It's just as easy for me not to know than it is to know. And I'm perfectly fine for that. One day I will watch something about Tito Jackson's passing, but until then, you know, death is only death when you acknowledge death. Shit.
1967, so I've been with him for years. And I was Joe Jackson's partner, and Dad's partner, he passed away. So, how many years that's been.
Yeah. So let me ask you something. When you guys were performing, were you performing in what was considered as the Chitlin circuit, or you were past the Chitlin circuit and you guys, you fell into just and what you were doing?
Well, we started off as the Chitlin circuit, but when we got our management, the top management, we had Sammy Davis and Frank Sinatra's manager.
Oh, okay.
That was our manager. So that took us.
Did you hear that? They got connected with top management. Sammy Davis Jr. and Frankie, what's his name? Frank Sinatra's management. They had that much faith and belief in them that they took them under their wing. And from then, baby boy, it was smooth sailing, so to speak.
A high level, because that way we started doing the Flip Wilson show, #1 show in the world.
Right.
We started doing the Sammy Davis Jr.
Now, one of my stories is that, I know the Flip Wilson show. I also know Steve McGowan, who's one of the producers of the Flip Wilson show, who lived in the Dakotas, where John Lennon was killed. God bless the dead. But Steve McGowan was, I was his pharmacist. And I used to go up in his building and see him. In fact, I met John Lennon coming out of there. I was coming out of LA, he was coming in. I said, hey, John, how you doing? How he said British way or whatever. And also Lauren McCall lived in that building. So Steve McGowan, who was the producer of the Flip Wilson show, checked me out.
The Dick Clark show. Our manager managed Dick Clark, Sammy Davis Jr., all of them. So we end up on that side, and that changed the game of the Shy. That's why a lot of people try to figure out today, how come we got our stars so fast?
Right.
We was club focused. We wasn't just R&B. We were pop. We had #1 pop records, and they had to understand that's the reason. They had They might have some #1 R&B records.
Right.
It's not the same as having a #1 pop record.
That's right.
We
Right.
had two #1 pop albums, and we had two #1 pop singers.
Right.
Old Girl and Heavy Singer.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when you guys got rolling, you really got rolling, man. You know. So, were you performing during the time when segregation? Or what was segregation like back then? I mean, you know. Okay, we're gonna pause right there, and we're gonna go back to the concert. Watch Marshall Thompson, you know, doing his thing. Okay, so
I'm in Los Angeles, California. I am the last original Shy-Lights. 82 years old.
82.
Woo!
Last.
Shy-Lights. 1973.
That's what you're listening to. Let me say this right now. I'm not making no money on this. This is not being monetized. It's absolutely free for the love of music. But my editor is coming today. You know, my young little darling who teaches me everything about computer. That may change once I get Patreon because I'm gonna ask for your support. So although you guys are watching me now, you know, just hang in there because you know what? It only gets better with time. Starlight in the house. Now I want to pause it right there because you see that young woman right there holding up the cell phone, taking videos of the roof. That's what put me out of business. You know, I used to love being the only photographer, you know, called onto an event, a concert, or part of the press crew, or whatever it is, you know, that you were doing when we had conventional film. When I was when I was paying my dues, you know, I read everything except photography magazine, and I never knew that film evolved into digital. And when I got out of my paying my dues, I bought a conventional camera which used film, and it put me behind the 8 ball because I saw, oh snuff, you know, I didn't know it was like that, you know, and so, but you know. It's because of the cell phones. It's because the artist can now go on stage and shoot his own video right there, and you see that's what she's doing right here. She's doing a video of the group. So be that as it may, that's why I did my magazine, because I wasn't gonna let the history of what I got going and what I've accumulated die on the vine. Let's continue on with the Shy-Lights featuring Marshall Thompson. I was talking to Marshall, and I told him I don't know if it's in the interview. I'm gonna play. Well, let me play this, and before I put the rest of the interview in, and we'll see what's up. Don't forget that like. Okay, before he goes on, let me do a little bit of my interview that I did with him. We will continue it. So let's see what we got. Nope. Okay.
When we busted with give more power to the people.
Was considered as the Chitlin circuit, or you were past the Chitlin circuit, and you guys, you fell into just and what you were doing.
Well, we started off as the children's circuit, but when we got our management, the top management, we had Sammy Davis and Frank Sinatra's manager.
Oh, okay.
Our manager. So that took us to that high level, because that way we started doing the Flip Wilson show, #1 show in the world.
Right.
We started doing the Sammy Davis Jr. show, the Dick Clark show. Our manager managed Dick Clark, Sammy Davis Jr., all of them. So we end up on that side, and that changed the game of the Shine. That's why a lot of people try to figure out today, how come we got our stars so fast?
Right.
We was pop focused, so we wasn't just R&B. We were pop, we had #1 pop records. And they have to understand that's the reason. They might have some #1 R&B records.
Right.
It's not the same as having a #1 pop record. See?
Right.
We had 2 #1 pop albums, and we had 2 #1 pop singles.
Right.
Old Girl and Heavy Singer.
Yeah. I mean, when you guys got rolling, you really got rolling, man. So, were you performing during the time when segregation, or what was segregation like back then? I mean,
We went through that. We went through that as well when we was out there on tours with Major Lands and different artists like that. We went through it, but we busted with Give More Power to the People with the Black Panthers. When they come along, we had the #1 song, Give More Power to the People.
Right.
That changed the game of music.
Right. Okay. So, what was it? What was it like when you first, heard your music on the radio? I mean, like when you first, realized that you guys were here, you have arrived.
Actually, Power to the People was our first major seller.
Oh, okay.
When I knew that we arrived, was when we did the Flip Wilson show, and we took Old Girl on Flip Wilson, and it came on the chart #1. It didn't even climb the charts. Then I know that we have arrived, because it was #1 pop and #1 R&B.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's talk about some of the pitfalls about the music industry. I mean, what was your biggest high and your lows, coming through the music industry as you have?
Well, first of all, getting into, we was one of the best groups, because coming out, we started off with the top people. See,
right? Yeah,
we had the biggest in the industry. They had Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, and all those guys.
Right.
So we was already top right there. We wasn't known at the top, but we was with the top people. So it helped us.
Yeah, that really kind of blew me away when you understand what he's saying? He's saying, we were with Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr.'s people. We didn't know that we were in the pop music We just knew that we had good management, and and that was enough for them to keep it doing. I'm trying to take a picture of this comment. Okay, it's going. Talk about you guys wagging was to Sammy Davis Jr. and Frank Sinatra on that. Sammy Davis Jr. is my man. I mean, I'm crazy about that dude. But anyway, so what advice would you give people about following their dreams and their goals?
Well, I would say, especially for the artists today, to believe in their music.
Dre, going global. Thanks for checking in. He's in Gary, Indiana, home of the birthplace of the Jackson Fives. Hey, welcome aboard, my brother. Thank you for being there for me, because that's what you have done. You're here for me.
There's a lot of ways you can hit now because you got all the internet stations around the world, and it's about people listening to your product. That's how it started. It don't matter if it's on the radio or where, as long as people hear it. Mm-hmm. And they got all kinds of outlets now, Spotify, Instagram, all kind of ways they can get your music. If you got a true hit record and a true song, that song can take off for you, but you got to believe in it. You can't give it up.
Now, Mr. Marshall, are you really on top of all this social media, computer, all these different things? Because now, the reason I asked him this question, because, hey, I'm not on top of it all. So you're 82. Are you really on top of everything out here in social media? I got his email address. And you know what his email address ended with? AOL. Yeah, he's on top of it. Because I know I'm still lagging behind on all that stuff.
Well, I've been being on social media for 21 years.
Oh, okay.
My wife,
100, brother.
Okay. She made me stay up all night, every night, because she told me, hey, Marshall, this is going to be for the future for you. And I hated it. I was messing up on it.
You see, you need someone in your corner to support you. I don't care who you are, but if you're doing something and you're trying to get something started and you're moving in the right direction, it's so important that you have somebody, especially someone who you put your head on the same pillow with, to support you. I had a girlfriend, real quick, this is about Gerard and his stories, and she was Ukrainian. And so I used to take her to all the events. I took her to a P. Diddy all-white party. I took her to the Games launch of his documentary when he first came out. I took her to stuff to mystical type events. I took her to things that she had no idea what she was, but she was happy to be there, because she saw what was going on. And when we split, I told her, "You never supported me. Did you ever read one of my magazines? No. Did you ever look at the photographs in my magazine?" She said, "No." I said, "Did you ever try to proof them for me in my magazine, being a school teacher?" She said, "No." I said, "So how in the hell can you sit there and tell me you support me?" The mother of my kids, who we went through what we went through. And when I was paying my dues, she visited me or she called me or whatever. And you know what she told me? She said, "Gerard, I never believed in you." Because I told her she didn't want me. "I never believed in you." I said, "You know what, baby?" I said, "Thank you. You know why? I always knew it. But it's wonderful that you're woman enough to tell me what I always know." So it's important. Whoever you with, don't let the green grass fool you. Whatever it is, whoever you with, they got to support you, man. If they don't know how, teach them how. But it's important that you have your own cheering section. Okay, let's go on.
Right. Doing things, everything. Right. But I kept messing up and I finally got it right. So I helped a lot of groups get paid their royalties. A lot of them getting their royalties, and I made sure that they got their royalty money and everything. So I was instrumental to that. That's why they call me the Godfather. Okay. Well, okay. We don't have to worry about you. You're well taken care of. Yes.
That is an important question. That is such an important question. Come here, baby. Bring my baby. That's so important question when you're talking to someone from old school or from classic soul. You ask them, "Hey, come here, baby. Hey, say hello to Daddy's family. We got 4 viewers. Say hello. This is Duchess, and of course she wants to work the camera. That's a good beginning. I'm gonna support her. Make sure she gets to know it again. Yeah, say hello. Mwah. Hello, baby. Okay, now get the hell out of here. Okay, it's so important that you have someone to support you. Okay, I don't know which way we're gonna go, but I'll tell you what. Let's go on with a little music from the Charlottes.
Our number one song.
Now, it's clear that he has some aging difficulty. I don't want to try to diagnose, but whatever. But his right side seems to be, I don't want to say paralyzed, but which I just said, or whatever. But when it comes to play the harmonica, watch him pick it up and begin to play the first few notes one-handedly. That's to let you know the part he played in that song. Now, he may not be able to finish the whole chords of that song, but that's letting you know that those chords came from him. They say, let the woman take care of you. A true player, let her take care of you, baby. I try to be hip and pimp like the crowd. Pimp like the crowd. But not even the crowd pimps can help me now. Oh! I don't know what I got to do to face. Right on time, so always late. Right on time, you will always be. I don't know how to look for love, and I don't know how. If you're a black man and you don't know the words of this song, then what kind of black man were you during this time? Huh? Inquiring minds want to know. I don't know who to see. I don't know how. And I know. that being done, let's go back to the interview that I did with Mr. Marshall Thompson a couple of days ago. Thinking of you. I mean, I'm crazy about that dude, But anyway, so what advice would you give people about following their dreams and their goals?
Well, I would say, especially for the artists today, to believe in their music. There's a lot of ways you can hit now because you got all the internet stations around the world.
I missed it. Shoot me back again.
It's about people listening to your product. That's how it started. It don't matter if it's on the radio or where, as long as people hear it. And they got all kinds of artists now, Spotify, Instagram, all kind of ways they can hear your music. If you got a true hit record and a true song, that song can take off for you, but you got to believe in it. You can't give it up.
Now, Mr. Marshall, are you really on top of all this social media, computer, all these different things? Because I know I'm still lagging behind on all that stuff.
Well, I've been being on social media for 21 years.
Oh,
now,
okay.
My wife, before she passed, she made me stay up all night, every night. She told me, "Hey, Marshall, this is going to be for the future for you." And I hated it. I was messing up on the computer.
Right. I hate it now.
Everything.
Right.
But I kept messing up and I finally got it right. So I helped a lot of groups get paid their royalties. A lot of them getting their royalties, and I made sure that they got their royalty money and everything. So I was instrumental to that. That's why they call me the Godfather.
Okay. Well, okay. We don't have to worry about you. You're well taken care of. Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Now, it's always important when you're interviewing some of the greats from back in the day, asking that simple question, because you hear time and time again how artists get shitted on and how they lost money or royalty, and I get paid a royalty. It's good to ask them, from the first one-on-one, and I like to ask them, hey, look, do we have to worry about you? I mean, are we gonna hear that the last surviving member of the Charlites is in a nursing home and the family can't see them because the management has moved them around like they did Billy Preston, like they did B.B. King? Are we gonna hear this? Are you taken care of?
I'm pretty there. I'm on top of the royalties. I'm on top of the scene, and I have now #1 management team in the world right now, which is Bobby D Presents.
Okay.
He's going to D Presents and pull it up. You'll see it right there. We got Snoop Dogg. We got a lot of the Keith Sweat. We got all of them over there with us. And we're drawing like 22,000 people just for a concert right now, selling out just about every day.
Wow. Well, that one song you did with that hip hop artist. I mean, was there a time when you may decide, look, we might as well. It's what's happening now. I mean, let's go on and let's do hip hop. Some of this hip hop music. What's going on? Let's jump on the bandwagon.
When I played drums on "Crazy in Love," that shocked me. When they came to the theater in New York City, which is the Beacon Theater.
Yeah, I know it well.
They came and got my greatest hits, and I didn't know what they was gonna do with it. One of the representatives for Beyonce.
Okay.
So they came
Beyonce.
And greatest hits, and next thing I know, about 3 or 4 months later, I'm playing my congos on the radio. I'm Crazy in Love.
Oh wow! Beyonce using this shit.
We sold 2,000 on the album was called "Are You My Woman?" Tell Me So. Charlotte.
Yeah.
Hers is called Crazy in Love. She just sold 50 big.
Wow. Well, what do you think? What is the state of music today? I mean, they don't write songs, that are designed for you to dance and hold a woman. Why don't we stop right there and let's watch Marshall Thompson performed.
One of my co-hosts again.
That's the
I
voice.
was happy though. But now, I'm
Back over Walk.
to the movies, maybe to the bar. I was seated on the same old bench to watch the single play, yeah. You know, Gerard left getting shot. For me, just another day. They all love it, my man. They seem to know my name. Who the hell? Tell me, Joe. But it's still going to be my thing. I love that.
Again, all right. Now, they chopped this up. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, it is what it is. So I'm not off, it's just chopped. That's the power of music, man. I'm telling you, that's the only thing in the world I trust is music. It's not lying to me. It's not trying to con me. It's not trying to flock me. It's not trying to get over on me. And the feelings that I feel from it is genuine. Whatever state of mind you want to be in, you player, there's a song for you. Tell me how you see her. Have you seen her? Where is she? Tell me, have you seen her? Talk, Marshall.
I was singing this song. I was in 1972.
Wait, Marshall, before you finish, let's go back to your interview because there's more they need to know about you. Ooh, I left my prints without my lips.
Hip hop music, what's going on?
Well, when I played drums, I'm on top of the scene, and I have now #1 management.
A computer, all these different things, because I know I'm still lagging behind on all that stuff.
Well, I've been on social media for 21 years.
Oh,
so
okay.
My wife, before she passed,
Okay.
she made me stay up all night, every night, because she told me, "Hey, Marshall, this is going to be for the future for you." And I hated it. You know, I was messing up on the computer,
Right.
doing things, everything.
Right.
But I kept messing up, and I finally got it right. You know, so I helped a lot of groups get paid. Gerard.
For you who don't know, I have a magazine, and this interview is the interview that is motivating me to finish the magazine that I already have in the can that needs to be tweaked. And I have a proofer who's coming to tweak it. Okay, so yeah, if you whatever you missed here, you will get to read it in Filipino Soul magazine. I'm in the Philippines. Filipino Soul. I am the soul brother #1 here in the Philippines. Check it out.
A lot of them getting their royalties, and I made sure that they got their royalty money and everything. So I was instrumental to that. That's why they call me the Godfather.
Okay. Well, okay. We don't have to worry about you. You're well taken care of. Yes.
Yes, yeah. I'm pretty there. You know, I'm on top of the royalties. I'm on top of the scene, and I have now #1 management team in the world right now, which is Bobby D Presents.
Okay.
If you go into D Presents and pull it up, you'll see it right there. We got Snoop Dogg, we got a lot of the Keith Sweat, we got all of them over there with us. And we drawing like 22,000 people just for a concert right now, selling out just about every
day. 22,000. Wow. Well, you know that one song you did with that with that hip hop artist. I mean, was there a time when you may have decided, look, we might as well. It's what's happening now. I mean, let's go on and incorporate some of this hip hop music. What's going on?
Well, when I played drums on "Crazy in Love," that shocked me. You know, when they came to the theater in New York City,
the Beacon
Theater.
Yeah, I know it well. They live around the corner from 75th Street and Broadway.
Hits, and I didn't know what they was gonna do with it. One of the representatives for Beyonce.
Okay.
So they came and played his hits, and next thing I know, about 3 or 4 months later, I'm playing my congos on the radio and praising love.
Oh wow, that's.
We sold 2,000 on ours. Was called "Are You My Woman?" Tell Me So. Starlight.
Yeah.
Hers is called "Praising Love." She was so pretty big.
Wow. Well, what do you think? What is the state of music today? I mean, you know, they don't write songs, you know, that are designed for you to dance and hold a woman and slow dance with her or whatever. It seems like it's you know, it's deliberate, you know, to keep us apart, even in our music.
Well, it is deliberate to keep us apart. That's why you got to stay strong and focus. You got to stay strong and focused. If you play anything for anybody, okay, long enough, just catch on to it. But the thing is, a lot of the artists today, because they don't like the love songs as much as they do all the crazy stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
So they get away from it. And they take you away, you figure, oh, this ain't going to happen. That's not true. If you stick with it, you got to pound that song over and over. It's like, remember they used to play radio and you used to say, "Dad, you didn't like that record at first, but you end up liking it." Yeah. That's the same thing with the internet. Just keep pounding over and over. It's a man. You know what? I like this record. So next thing you know, you're gonna sell some product.
Yeah. So, who do you listen to musically today? Who are some of your artists that you listen to?
Well, basically, you know, I'm an old school person. Where I'm Riggin around. You know my people.
Yeah.
Manhattan. Those are my folks.
Yeah.
Y'all find it.
Same here. Yeah, same here.
Yeah, those are my folks. So, I mean, I'm back in my world when I'm in my car and I'm listening to that beautiful music. Yeah,
it is. So, do you see any new artistry on the horizon? Who you might, you know, to be honest with you and me, if they ain't got the greatest hits, I ain't heard from them. You know, I don't know anything about them. You know, but is there any artists? That's true, as far as I'm concerned. They say, have you heard of so-and-so? Have you heard of so-and-so? Look, do they have a greatest hit album? No, they only got a couple of one-hit wonders. Hell no, I ain't heard from them. that you think that you would gravitate to?
Well, if they keep on going, remember the guy, Cisco?
Cisco? Oh, okay, yeah.
If you keep on going with Cisco, we can change everything
Okay. Okay.
for young person.
The thong thong. Okay, so what new projects are you working on now? And tell everybody where they can find you.
Well, we concentrating on our tours right now.
Okay.
A lot of tours are going to come up. But they go on my social media. Marshall Thompson is there, Miss County Charlotte. Go there.
Yeah.
Go into official Charlotte's website. Go there, find us. And you'll see a whole lot of things that you really haven't seen in years. See some of the movies that we're in, different things like that.
Okay.
We got a big documentary coming out very soon.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Good.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Yep. That's good.
That's gonna be with one of the big networks.
Okay, good.
I'm waiting on that.
Okay. All right, Mr. Marshall. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the recorder. Hold on a second. Don't hang up. I just want to turn off the recorder. Okay, and we went on and had a conversation about putting money in my pocket. I'm only kidding. No, we went on and we kicked a little bit of some information that we didn't cover. But let me finish this. So.
If you enjoyed yourself, enjoy all the people that came up before. Sure, let's get on out there. We gotta go. Come on.
Oh no. I don't mind playing it again. I can never get tired of hearing this song.
I'm gonna put y'all on Facebook or something. Have y'all enjoyed yourself today? Y'all not gonna come. I've been singing this song ever since 1972. If you enjoyed yourself, enjoy all the people that came up before.
Mr. Marshall Thompson.
We gotta go. Come on.
Okay. I'm going to thank you for joining Sunday Morning Classes with Gerard. As time goes by, so is music. Okay, and today we focus on the Shawlights Part 2 with Mr. Marshall Thompson, all right? So with that being said, God bless him. He's 82 years old, and every concert he does, it's a blessing. And those of you in the Chicago area or wherever he might be, go support this brother, because the music that what he gave to us is timeless. It always will be. Okay, thanks for watching Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. Never disrespect the elderly, always pull someone up. And sometimes, you're the only one to see your vision, baby. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ollie Woodson, former lead singer of the Temptation once sung, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like us, treat us like a king. How do you do that? By never saying no. Love you like a love song, baby. I'll check you out next Sunday.